Okay, welcome and welcome back. If you're subscribed, I really appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Up to over 80 subscribers at this point, which is way beyond my expectations for just a couple months in, but hopefully that means that you're finding value in my videos and the what solds. So I'm going to keep up with these, try to get caught up and more timely so you can see what's selling now. I'm ReFabFashion. I'm a Boston-based reseller. I'm Poshmark, Mercari, and eBay. I do this part-time. And I want to review this week, middle of February. At this point, I'd been back to listing pretty consistently, had some good thrift hauls with some great items. And so I want to go over those, including some of the items I paid up for, but still made a really good profit for the increased buy cost. I had 17 sales over this week with more sales on eBay and Mercari than I typically have. Usually Mercari is 0 to 2, but this week I had 4. I don't do as many promotions on Mercari because you have to do item by item to click through and do a sale to any likers. You can't just do a blanket sale or discount, so I do it less often. Um, but I think I did it over the weekend, so that's why there were a few more sales there. My total sales on the platform, so the selling price, and on eBay, this also includes what the buyer paid for shipping, was 761 and change. My gross profit, which is after the platform fees, any shipping cost on eBay or shipping discount, and my cost of goods. I like to calculate, rather than an average sales price, what the average gross profit is. And this week was up higher than the previous weeks, which was hovering around $20 average per item, and I was almost at $30 per item. So we'll go over these. You'll see I had some higher price sales, but even the medium selling price items, I think my cost of goods was a little bit lower on those, and I had a good profit margin. So the first sale of this week was an item I bought in the new year. This is a brand called Ibee Cool. That's kind of the pronunciation of the letters here. This is, I think, a golf brand. I found this a couple of times. This was in excellent condition. There was a mesh lining at the underarm along the sleeve, and thankfully there were no pulls or holes to that at all. Has UPF protection, which is a really positive aspect to this, and this was a good size, a size large. And I paid an average, I do an average cost of goods for each shopping trip. So the cost per item on this day was $8.44. I found this at a Savers, and it sold for $38 on Poshmark with a shipping discount. I use an extension called Posher VA, which is right up here, a Chrome extension. I think I pay about 25 or maybe up to 27 a month now for this. And you can have scheduled sharing, which I do, but the actions here, the automatic offer to likers feature. After 20 minutes, I have a 15% off offer with just the minimal discounted shipping, which is required on Poshmark. So that goes out, and a fair number of people either will purchase with that discount or do a counter offer. So I do like to have that turned on. So this was off to a good start. My net profit on this was just under $20. The next item was a Garnet Hill piece. Again, this was a recent pickup. This was from a Savers trip in December. So I've had it listed a little bit longer. And the cost for this item was $6.98. It sold on eBay for the $33.99. I have an ongoing 15% sale in my store on eBay. So I don't, sometimes they'll send an additional discount to watchers, similar to Poshmark. I do that periodically. But this way, without having the offers turned on, I do get some good sales with my just 15% off. And the nice thing is then the buyer has to pay at the time of purchase, which is different than when you get into doing offers on eBay and people don't necessarily have to pay once you accept an offer. But this was a really pretty piece, pretty basic, a medium knit material, again, a good size, a size large, merino wool. So my net profit here was $23.84 on this item, which was really great for Garnet Hill. This was a great piece. I've had this a while. I had it priced pretty high. I think I started at $150, and I didn't have as much interest in this. Flax is a strong brand. Usually the linen pieces are what you'll find and what's good to pick up. This was a corduroy, kind of a rust red orange shirt jacket or shacket, and it was cotton with some stretch, some pockets on the front. Great condition, no flaws, a size large. So I thought this was going to do a little bit better. I'm still very happy with the $85. I found this at a Goodwill, $6.43. This took almost a year to sell, 342 days, and I have delisted and relisted a few times, and even with that, I didn't have a lot of watchers or likers on the platforms. But this was an offer to me with some back and forth, $85, and my net profit was, my gross profit was $61.57 on this item. This is a J. Jill Wherever collection, which I think has a wrinkle resistance to the material. I found this new with tags. It was a medium petite, which was not an ideal size, but sometimes the petite does better. The new with tags was good. And this line of J. Jill, is worth looking at and picking up. I found this at a Savers. My cost into it was $6.61. This is sold on eBay, so I had the 15% off, and I sent an additional 10% to the watcher, who accepted $34.42 as the purchase price. So my gross profit was $24.41. This item I got in a Thread Up box. This is a men's brand. I believe it was, it's kind of a slim fit men's, or did it end up being women's? I actually don't quite recall. I had to look into this brand. I was not so familiar. It's a designer brand out of Los Angeles. A little bit like some of the other popular flip cuff brands. So when you flip the cuff over once, there's a contrast pattern, this contrast stitching to it. So this was a large, it must have been men's, a large slim fit shirt after I did my research on this. My cost into this was $3, and this sold for $30, which was a little bit of a discount. It was pretty lightweight material, so I shipped it. It was just under half a pound. Buyer pays shipping on all my platforms. My gross profit was $22.49. I don't pick up a ton of ski and snowboard pants, but these had, interesting pattern to it. Obermeyer is a good brand. I found these in January, and thankfully they sold this season. My cost was $5.74. I found it at a Savers, and it took less than 1 month to sell. It sold for $35, which I believe was my, nope, it was with a little discount. I must have priced it at $38. And offered the discount with discounted shipping. There were some stains on this. Let's see. Nope, not there. I think it was on the back side and on the back leg. Yeah, some dark staining. But because ski pants are meant to be functional, the bright color from a distance when you're out skiing, I don't think really deters people. Obermeyer is the brand here. It was a smaller size, a size 4, but my gross profit was just over $20. This is Zadig and Voltaire, which is a French brand. I was able to find some stock photos and the name of the item. A really pretty blouse with this kind of guitar and star print to it, along with the paisley, a lightning bolt there. There were a couple others listed and 1 or 2 sold, so there wasn't a lot to go on. But I found this at a community thrift shop, so I just paid $4 for this item. I had it priced higher, I think around $60, but in the end I had some good interest. This took 267 days to sell. In the end I sold it for $35 with a shipping discount, and my gross profit was just over $20. This I would not pick up again. This is Banana Republic, but with Olivia Palermo. I don't think she's as popular now as she was maybe 10 years ago. I think she's in fashion and design, but was on reality TV. This is a really pretty sweater with the lace detail. Thankfully, I found the stock photos, which was great, and a cream color, which was really popular this winter. But it was a small petite, so a little bit more of a difficult size, but no staining or anything given the white. I found this at a Goodwill. The cost was $4.54, and I sold it for $22, and so my profit was $13 and change. This brand I like to pick up when I find it. I think this is also a French brand called Arch. These were kind of a nubuck leather with the cutout detail on the sandals. Usually the soles have this zigzag to them, so these were wedge sandals. This time of year, this was great to sell in the winter time. I also found this at a community thrift shop. I paid $7 for these. Listed it in December, sold in February for $70, and my profit was $49. Now into some more of the Mercari sales. This item, this is the first time I tried it. It's the brand Oh My Gauze, which I have heard about. It's a gauzy cotton material. This was a tunic. I think they make some of these looser fitting items, pants, tops. This was kind of basic. Definitely I purchased more based on brand. They do numerical sizing here. So I basically made my money back on this. I was happy to just move it. There wasn't as much interest. And when I looked at comps after I picked it up, the price is okay. So I think I ended up selling this for $9 plus the buyer paid shipping just to kind of move it. I'm not really interested in picking up this brand, especially since I don't shop at the bins or, I don't have places for $1 per item. If I had that kind of cost, I might consider picking this up and maybe in a different color or more interesting piece. Offline by Aerie. These are the leggings with the the crossover waist. I like to pick up certain styles in this. They don't sell for a lot. This sold for $18. As you can see, there was a offer back and forth, but the buyer did pay shipping. They're really lightweight. I always get interest in this, and these tend to sell on Mercari compared to other platforms for me. These were a size medium. These are the black's a little hard to photograph, but no pilling, really excellent condition. I found these at Savers. I paid $5.74, so my profit was $9.26, and this sold in just 6 days. So usually a quick flip, at least within a couple of months, not for a lot, but making a profit. This was a very fast sale. This is Torrid. I pick up some pieces of Torrid dresses, blazers, and I like the larger sizes, not a size 1, but a 2, 3, maybe 4, which is extra large, 4X, 3X. But I, in particular, like the Outlander series, Torrid Outlander style. Usually that's kind of plaid pieces and sweaters and cardigans. This was a semi-sheer top, tunic top with this floral print. I found this on ThredUp. I paid $9.99 for this, and this sold in the same day. It was for an offer of $27. I didn't originally price it at that. Oh, let me show you the tag. Yeah, so it says Outlander, the series exclusive Torrid. Sometimes there's Outlander for Hot Topic as well, which I also like. But I think the Torrid has a little more popularity, these pieces. So $27 and the buyer paid shipping. This was super lightweight. And so in just, same day as I listed it, my profit was $12.82. This Arc'teryx, I like to pick up this brand. This was a quick sale as well, just in one day after listing. I found this at a local community thrift shop. I featured this in a haul in January. It sold for $51. which was an offer that I received. I think I priced it at $60. It was just a basic women's top, lightweight, long sleeve, V-neck. That's the logo there. Arc'teryx, not to be confused with Arc'teryx, which I don't know if they have an apostrophe and then it's Tix. They make like snow pants and things. So my profit here was just over $32 in one day of being listed. This I've had for a while, and I've stuck with a higher price, which thankfully I did get. This took over 1 year to sell. Nope, this did not. 297 days. These are driving loafers, which you can use that term when there's the little rubber grips on the back of the shoe as well. But kind of this coral salmon pink color. A little bit of wear, but nothing really too noticeable. Oh, yeah, a little bit of dirt in there, but no major scuffs or anything too bad. All leather, Todd's. I found these at a community thrift shop for $5. That's what they charge for shoes there. And this ended up selling for $61.19. So that was my 15% off, but I had a watcher and offered another 10%, which they accepted. So my profit on this was $48.63. This is the item I've had for over a year, 407 days to sell. I found this at a Goodwill and just for $5.29. I was not familiar with this brand. I did look it up. This was new with tags. And it seemed that items were selling for, $50, $60. So I wanted to take a chance with this. This was a plus size, a size 18. New with tags, a nice floral kind of office or maybe event type of dress. But this just sat and sat without much activity, so I would probably not pick up this brand again. This ended up selling, not at this price, but $28.24. I think I made an aggressive offer to a watcher, and they did pay shipping as well, so my profit on this was $18.61. Again, it took over a year. Ending this week, some good sales here. This also was a newer pickup from a local community thrift shop. I have not found this brand, The Great, before. I've heard about it, kind of kept my eyes open for it. They do numerical sizing as well, so the size 1 is a small. But I think this was a newer piece from them. A green cardigan with balloon sleeves and this heart print stitching to the body. So it's subtle. I found some good stock photos, some people wearing it. So I think that helped. But yeah, this sold the same day. I purchased this for $8.04 and it sold for $150. So my profit here, this was the highest profiting item this week, $111.96. Finally, Judy Blue. This always sells fast, even when they're more skinny fit jeans. You can look up the style. It's usually right in the waistband, right there, what it is. But smaller sizes, larger sizes, skinny fit, other fits, distressed, not distressed. It seems to sell pretty quick for me. I found this at a Savers. My average cost of goods this day was $10.71. This sold for the $33.99, so someone just came and purchased it with my store discount on eBay, and they paid shipping as well. So my profit was over $20, and this took just 19 days to sell. So I hope you found this helpful. Again, what's selling in February, some summery things, some wintry things, the ski pants, just a whole mix of things, but definitely some better gross profits on items. And these are the items that are more in demand, interesting pieces. I had to push some pieces with some deep discounts, like that more plain gray tunic. But the things with prints and interesting pieces or strong brands like The Great, Arc'teryx, just do well any time of year. So thanks for joining me. I hope to see you in the next one. And please like and subscribe if you found this useful. Thanks very much. Bye bye.